All right, so I thought I would take a moment here to discuss something that, well, I'm sure it probably annoys you as much as it annoys me. So, these alpha, beta playtests that some very small developers decide to put their time and money, all their hard work and stuff into, and they're doing the best they can. And it takes a lot to develop a game, or I imagine it does. I haven't developed one myself, but you know, a lot of dedication, a lot of devotion, a lot of time, probably away from your friends and your family. So cut a small developer a break if you are playing an early access game, certainly, but give them a break if you are definitely playing a beta or an alpha playtest. If you enjoy content like this, you can give me a thanks. It's completely free by doing everything that's up here. Like, share, subscribe, and of course, comment and hit that notification bell. I'll use this game, and it could be any early access game, or it could be any playtest. And if you join a playtest, please keep in mind, like an early access game, that the game is in alpha, it's in beta, it's in early access. Unless you don't really understand what that means, because what that means is it's not finalized. It hasn't reached version 1.0 typically. It's not finished. And even when games reach the finished state, they're never finished. There's always things that you can improve. And even AAA studios mess this up. Now, AAA studios, I wouldn't give such a break. They have tons of money. They have lots of help, lots of people working on the project. So in that case, probably not, but then again, it's difficult to pull off a game that has everything right, but not so hard for a AAA studio to do, certainly, over somebody who is, maybe one person, maybe it's a developer, one person, the whole team, everything is trying their best to push out a game that is decent and you're going to like. So it's going to take a lot of time. And the whole idea with alpha and beta playtests and early access is for you to try the game and for you to let the developer know what you think can be improved in the game. And I guess they can use log files and things from the game, crashes and whatnot, to fix some problems with the game. Now, this game is called Prologue Go Way Back, and it looks good. I have played a little bit of it, not very much. I just jumped into this, but I just picked this one because, well, it's something to talk about here. But if you haven't checked it out, you can. I think I clicked on playtest and I got in, but I think anyone can, and for now it's open. But yeah, this looks like a very interesting game. You start in a cabin and you try to reach a destination. So you start and you try to make your way to the end. And I don't believe there's any saves right now in the game. I don't know if there will. That's part of I think the whole idea with this game is, you start, you try to survive until you get to your destination. And the game, I think, is 2 or 3 hours long from start to finish, but you can play it over and over. And I think the world is generated somewhat differently every time you play the game. So it's a very interesting concept. So for the love of Pete, when you go into, the community area over here, for example, on Steam, or for that matter, anywhere, don't post things like, is the game dead because they haven't updated it in 2 months? Or, it seems like it's not going anywhere. Give the developer time. It could take months for them. And I'm sure if it's 1 or 2 people, they have lives, they have things going on, and maybe this is not their only project that they're working on, or, they have other priorities as well. So cut the developer, the publisher, some slack, and hopefully they'll figure it out. And I see things like, the developer has left the game and it's not going to be published, or they're going to abandon the game. Probably not. Just have some patience. It could take months. It could take sometimes years, as we know. from early access, certainly from alpha all the way to 1.0 release. So does this frustrate you as much as it frustrates me to see comments something like that on games that are either in alpha, beta playtests or in early access?